West goes for his first ever major title. This is his second TV major appearance. Pete Weber knows a lot about majors. He's won 7. Perfect shot, Jeff Carter. After a long break, Randy, it's not easy to do to keep your concentration and think about the next step in your first ever show.
No, but he's got one game under his belt, and he looks loose, and I think he's going to bowl a much better game against Pete Weber, and he better. Because the majors, Norm, he knows how to win majors.
Yeah, he does, and he doesn't need 2 shots to get comfortable. This is PDW.
He's got all 10 down. We saw in the open of the broadcast, Pete welcomed with a rousing standing ovation. Definitely a crowd favorite here today in New Jersey. Now, Randy, you bowled, had a good week here. Norm, you finished 5th. It's a lot of bowling with all those games to try to make that cut of the final 24 for round robin match play. Pete told us last night when he got finished, pretty late. He was tired. Guys are trained.
Yeah, I didn't make it to match play. I just missed, finished 26, but I can vouch for that. Not bowling a lot of games anymore. Those 9 games that we bowled on Friday morning, Norm, as you know, were pretty grueling, and then to have you guys go straight from that into another 24 games of match play. Hey, it's a tough tournament, but that's why everybody wants to win the U.S. Open. It's the most grueling, toughest oil pattern, and the most rewarding.
Back to Carter. He's got all 10 down. 60 feet to success for Jeff Carter, who at 37 years old, Norm, makes his first ever TV appearance. We talked about that in his first match with Dave D'Entremont, but he's good friends with Pete Weber, knows a lot about bowling in big events and regionals, but TV experience, this is new for him.
Well, it is new. Now, they are in the same region, Pete Weber and Jeff Carter, so they have some experience against one another, but not experience like this.
Comes in a bit high. Again, we saw that in the first match with Dave D'Entremont, the same 3-6 lead.
So, you know, the difference between Pete Weber and Jeff Carter, especially on this pattern, as you see that ball left of the rangefinder, is that Pete is not afraid to throw it to the right. I was afraid. There was a lot of guys in this tournament afraid. Pete Weber is not afraid.
Trying to improve upon the multi-pin number. He'll do just that. So George Lambert, the 4, Steve Rogers, Andrew Kane, Billy Oatman, who did have a win in Vegas before losing to Jason Couch in the final, Riga Kalfas, Mike Miniman, now Jeff Carter, all making their TV debuts this year.
I love the puka shells. I got to tell you, Jeff Carter, I love the puka shells.
Quite a trend. Miniman won last week. Can Carter make it 2 in a row? TV debuts and a win? Got to get by Pete first. And that may not be easy.
Right of the rangefinder, Norm. He gets it back from there. Why?
Well, he gets it back from there because a lot of side turn and a lot of rotation. He's going to angle this ball just right of that rangefinder and watch it peel and then stop high flush.
In my opinion, the best release the game has ever seen.
Well, certainly in majors by a long shot.
You watch his hand at release when he lets go, but when that hand is open pointing to the sky, you can bet that it's a good shot.
Just like that, and that's the result.
The finger's open, the hand open, Norm. That tells me that there's absolutely no grab at the bottom of the swing.
Well, you said it, Randy, and that's the secret. If you grab that ball, is it going to go high? Pete can get all this rotation without grabbing it. He just flies through it.
It's just a beautiful thing to watch. And
poetry in motion.
Yeah, and that's 10 back.
So it's about hand rotation and release and finish.
And not grabbing it on a really tough pattern, which is the tendency for all of us.
Can Carter answer? Yes, he can. That's his best shot of this match. 11 regional titles for Jeff Carter. He's won $156,000 on tour, the National PBA Tour. More than 263 combined, including regional events. But how about Pete Weber, who's second all time?
Yeah, Jeff Carter down by 22, cannot afford to let PDW run away with it.
Pete's won $2.87 million. Back to Carter again here. Leaves a 4-pin on a nice looking shot.
Better shot there. He gave it a little bit more room to the right, but he needs to go just another half a board or a board further right. Great open hand there. The loft. Jeff Carter's been working really hard with ball rep Chris Schlemmer on some mechanical issues and trying to keep his hand more behind it to create more end-over-end roll.
Jeff also is a father of 2 kids back home in Illinois. Caitlin is 9 years old. She's a very good dancer. Dances on a team that travels around regionally. Won 5 gold medal awards. They're just in Peoria, Illinois, competing with 12 to 18-year-olds. She's done well for herself, and little Trey is 2 years old. Wanted to say hello to them back home in the nation's heartland. What a start here for Pete. Trying to become the elder statesman among U.S. Open champs. 5 in a row.
You know, and this is why this guy is so dominant when it comes to majors, when it comes to professional bowling, period, is that he's making a tough pattern look easy.
Guys, it's a Motel 6 frame. BDW has a front 5, striking the 6. Learn $600 from Motel 6, official lodging partner of the PBA. Also eligible for the $6,000 bonus if he throws a front 6 more than any other bowler on TV this year. Up 32. How about 6, Pete? You bet.
Somebody caught him, but Pete still got it done. And it's all about the Benjamins. Right there.
6 of them.
That's a bad man in them sunglasses, Norm.
4-pin.
Yeah, Carter with a lot of quality shots, but he's just getting pounded by Pete Weber. And, you know, all week long, the first 6 was just unheard of.
You didn't see a lot of that. 1-300 game this week out of 492 bowlers that started this event.
Yeah, Lonnie Wallachek, the only 300. I didn't see it, so I didn't believe it.
An amazing field here, guys. We told you about great bowlers in our show. 26 bowlers from out of the country competed. 20 from Canada, 3 from Finland, 1 from Mongolia. We had a bowler from Russia and a bowler from France on hand. Going for the big money. Open format. Anyone can enter. Oh, 7-10.
Now, this can be made here. I made this 7-10 last year here in this building. So
This hasn't been made on TV since just